used to believe you were just what I wanted. So I'll be here in the shade, sipping my lemonade, while you're screaming my name to her. Oh, baby, it's impossible if you're making it.
Let's set up. We're here today at the headquarters of SilverHammer Studios to test out the capabilities of the new Orion Studio Synergy Core. We thought this would be the perfect environment for this experiment, as everything was done live in a very organic manner. Something which impressed me as an engineer was that I was able to easily recreate my normal workflow from the large format studio, where I would use analog gear to control the sound going into Pro Tools. Here I was able to recreate that same workflow but with plugins.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive things from me from the AFX library of plugins were the mic pre-emulations, because they allowed me to color every single mic slightly differently, and that gave me a little bit more separation between the different sources.
That's 4. Sorry, stop 1 second. No, we're good.
So damn hard. Oh.
In today's session, the name of the game for me is to not only capture the performance of the artists, but to also not disturb their workflow and to provide them with an environment where they can feel creative, and that includes their monitoring. This is where the Orion Studio became very handy, as I was able to easily create individual monitor mixes for all the musicians without disturbing their workflow.
I can change the tempo a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Could you do 8th notes in that chorus?
And I think second verse, maybe just kicking the keys.
Slip that in somewhere. You're holding out on me, bro.
Where we stop there, is it going to be like a breakdown and then back to a chorus?
Yeah, always. What do you prefer? Like to start that, or should a bit softer?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
You got the language, man. It's all there. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, yeah? Alright, here we go.
You used to believe you were just what I wanted, but you up and gave it away for a night of fun. So I'll be here in the shade, sipping my lemonade, while you're screaming my name to her. So I'll be here in the shade, sipping my lemonade, while you're screaming my name to her. Oops, she thought you were safe, thought that you could escape, realized that the grass isn't green now.
I'm taking that.
The whole thing.
Yeah. But that was the best take.
It was. I quit.
Fuck with the member. That's great.
That's beautiful, Chris.
Thank you. This room sounds amazing. The drums sound so good. I'm assuming you're compressing that vocal mic. Barely.
I'm literally giving you the vocal mic and a little bit of kick and snare.
That sounds outrageous.
Because we recorded this band in such a nice room with very unique acoustics, I decided that using reverb plugins later on in the mix would be a shame. Having so many great mics by Hammer Audio allowed us to reamp the DID instruments as well as the vocal and the snare in the room and capture more of the natural ambience of the space. I purposefully chose not to have room mics during the recording of the performance and captured the ambience of the room afterwards, so I could have more control over the natural reverb of the space later in the mix.
This is definitely the vocal take.
Mixed by Room and Mics.
Yeah, man.
The idea behind this interface is that one box carries a whole studio in it, and given that you have a good sounding room with some good musicians and some great mics like we had today, you can do anything, and you can convert any space into a live room and make a record, and that is exactly what we did today.
Falls in a line, and the blind test starts. I was just saying,